Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. JOTA, and last hours have been hectic. Completely crazy, because right now there are a lot of stuff going on regarding to Kylian Mbappe. And of course, the most of the information, I would say the 90% of the information right now is coming out from this Twitter account from the cousin or relative from Qatar who owns the PSG, the Paris Saint-Germain team. And of course, all that information is pretty reliable because, as you know, it is a person very close to whether Al-Thani, Al-Khelaifi, or whoever it is. But this guy knows a lot of things. He's been talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and his possible future. He's been talking about Kylian Mbappe, the negotiation, and all the stuff. So it is pretty much for news like what I have for you all. So let's get started with the first one, and it's talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and his possible future, because this guy, this Twitter account, is claiming that Cristiano Ronaldo, Jorge Mendes, is right now negotiating with Manchester City. As you know, Manchester City has been working so hard to sign Harry Kane from Tottenham, but it is a very, very difficult signing because Tottenham is denying all the time the possibility for Harry Kane to leave Tottenham Hotspurs this year. And of course, it's a very expensive deal. That would be about, I don't know, maybe 120, 130 million or something like that. So just in case Manchester City is unable to sign Harry Kane, then they are talking about now, just in case they are talking to Jorge Mendes, Cristiano Ronaldo's agent, to try to reach an agreement, because the salary is super high. And of course, he will have, in my opinion, he will have to lower a little bit his salary to sign for Manchester City, because as you know, it is a lot of money. He's been making about 18 million, 20 million a year, so it is a little bit high, a little bit pricey. So that would be the only condition for Manchester City to sign Cristiano Ronaldo if the signing of Harry Kane fails completely and they can do anything with the English forward, right? So all this information is funny because it is coming from this guy from the Twitter account who apparently knows almost everything regarding to Cristiano and Mbappe and all this stuff. So let's keep watching, let's keep scanning the situation, because the future of Cristiano Ronaldo, by the way, the other day, I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but Cristiano Ronaldo decided to start the game from the bench, which was a little bit, it was crazy news because nobody was expecting for him to start from the bench. It is something, Cristiano Ronaldo is the kind of player who would never do that. Is the kind of player who wants every single time to be featured in the starting 11 in every single team he's been playing for. So it was completely crazy. Nobody knew exactly what was going on. And Pavel Nedved and of course Massimiliano Allegri, right after the game, he was confirming that it was a kind of, a decision, a mutual decision between both of them. But it was weird, right? And everybody started to speculate about the future of Cristiano Ronaldo, started to speculate and saying that Cristiano Ronaldo was trying to get out of Juventus de Turin, trying to find another destination and things like that. And that was pretty right. Cristiano Ronaldo, when a player always sit down on the bench in the last days of the market, it is because he already has something, or he will have something soon, or something like that. But we will keep watching and monitoring the situation, because Cristiano Ronaldo might end in Manchester City. Okay, now let's keep talking about the most important news for us, which is of course Kylian Mbappe. And in this case, I will tell you all what ABC Spain is claiming right now. ABC Spain is claiming that we are assisting to the last moment, the last stages of the signing of Kylian Mbappe. They are super optimistic, and let me tell you what, Tomás González Marín, which is of course the sports director or the sports department from ABC Spain, he said, few days ago, that it was in the right way, right, in the right path, the signing of Kylian Mbappe, and now has been the first person to claim loud and clear that the signing of Kylian Mbappe is closer than ever to happen. So, in my opinion, is this person reliable enough? He is. Because I don't know him personally, but I know his work. He's been working I mean, he's been around for a lot of years, so he pretty much knows what is going on because his sources of information are pretty reliable, and normally when he says something, it happens, right? So I would say yes, it's what I told you this morning. There's right now a super optimistic atmosphere around the signing of Kylian Mbappe. I mean, within Real Madrid journalists and newspapers and Spain in general, everybody, I would say everybody, maybe the 90% of the people, journalists and stuff, are thinking or tend to think right now that the signing of Kylian Mbappe for Real Madrid is close to happen, right? So that's why this article from ABC Spain, in my opinion, represents the majority of the people, represents the majority, I mean, to the people that really thinks that Kylian Mbappe will sign finally for Real Madrid. So it is pretty reliable, and of course I do agree, and I think the same way. So in my opinion, it is something that is going to happen maybe in the next few days, in the next few hours, or something like that, because there's no way for PSG to reach an agreement with Kylian Mbappe to renew his contract. So that is the reason why I tend to think as well that Kylian Mbappe will finally sign for Real Madrid. So now let's move on and let's keep talking about the information that came out from La Gazzetta dello Sport and also tweeted by El Chiringuito like 1 hour ago, claiming that PSG is seeing that the divorce between Kylian Mbappe and them, Kylian Mbappe and PSG, it is unavoidable. I mean, it is something that is going to happen at some point, and of course they are starting to assume that Kylian Mbappe will keep denying every single offer, every single amount of money they put on the table because he really wants to play for Real Madrid. The problem with this tweet, the problem with this information coming out from La Gazzetta, it is pretty much that in the second part of the article, what they say, it is that Mbappe would be okay if they accept that he wants to renew his contract, but for him to leave in PSG in June 2022, which is not okay to me, because what I'm expecting right now is to see Kylian Mbappe arriving this summer to Real Madrid. I mean, of course, everybody thinks that in the worst case scenario, Kylian Mbappe will arrive to Madrid next year, next summer. But the thing here is that what we want to see right now is the Kylian Mbappe signing for Real Madrid this summer, because we don't want to wait any longer. I mean, we don't want to wait any more season, any other season, and one more year and things like that. So to me, it is as important as, as to sign Kylian Mbappe that he comes this year. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it is crucial, it is critical to sign Kylian Mbappe this year. And all this anxiety and all this, the people that are super excited about that, we have to put an end to this anxiety that we are feeling, all those Madridistas, because this is not about what we want. This is about, we are craving, man. We are like anxious all the time, and we need to put to this whole thing an end. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the most important for los Madridistas is not about to sign Kylian Mbappe, which is something that is going to happen whether this year or next year. The most important for us is to sign Kylian Mbappe this year, right? So that is the most important for us. And I mean, if you say Kylian Mbappe will arrive to Madrid the next year, it is like a failure, man. I mean, I don't really like that news, right? So that is exactly what we are expecting to see Kylian Mbappe right this summer. And the latest news that I have for you all, it is about, again, the relative from Qatar or whoever it is, and this Twitter account, who claims, it is funny because he tweeted a picture of Vinicius Jr. and above the picture you could read something like, take a look at your phone, right? And that is, according to the experts and newspapers and people, it is pretty much the player that PSG is allegedly asking to Real Madrid to negotiate for Kylian Mbappe. So the thing is, PSG is right now in a position where they are okay in negotiating for PSG, but if you want to Kylian Mbappe, you will have to put on the table not only money, but also a good player. And that good player would be Vinicius Jr., because as you know, Vinicius Jr. has started the season incredibly good, scoring 3 goals, and apparently PSG is looking forward to get Vinicius Jr. in return for, or in replacement for, Kylian Mbappe. To me, this is a major concern because Real Madrid, of course, is not willing to sell Vinicius Jr. At all, right? Florentino Perez is a person who really loves Vinicius Jr. and he's not thinking at all in getting rid of the player, to the Brazilian player, right? But the problem is, are they going to understand, Altani, Al-Khelaifi and all these people, are they going to understand that Real Madrid doesn't want to get rid of Vinicius Jr.? Will be okay with that? Will they be okay with that or not? Because if they are not okay with that, they might cancel the whole negotiation and this whole thing might come to an end and very quick, right? Because if you say, okay, we are going to put about 180 million or 200 million for Kylian Mbappe, it is okay, but if they are asking to one of your best players, then you can have a problem, right? Because if you count on this player, if you don't want to get rid of him and you know that this player wants to keep playing for Real Madrid, it is a problem, right? Because he's a very valuable player for us. We really love Vinicius Jr. and now that he has started the season incredibly good, we want to keep counting on him. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what happens, but this is, kind of not sad news, but let's see what happens. It's going to be a tough negotiation, but hopefully we can see Kylian Mbappe finally signing for Real Madrid. So now let me know your thoughts about that. Just comment in the section below, and of course subscribe to my channel, Real Madrid Hub.